Do you think I wear this black leather jacket and Focus Corner logo and black leather pants and black shoes a bit too much? A bit? You sleep in it. You take a shit in it. You do everything in it. Were you just gonna say when I get even remotely near you, I smell donkey shit? Yikes, man. Way to sugarcoat it. I guess I'll search up some fresh clothing. Oh god. What is this shit? Seems like Gen Alpha's been passionate about old shit now. That should be a good thing, right? Gen Z's finally realizing that the good old days were 10 times better than the dude. They don't even know what a DS is. What makes you think they'll know what a goddamn Sony Walkman is? Bro, you're just getting mad over the simplest of that. I need to make a Borderline Ren Easy Explains episode about this immediately. Are you kidding me? So, Gen Alpha. Needless to say, this generation of humans aren't the most, well, respected. As someone who was part of Gen Z, I can't necessarily bash them. We too have been cringe in the past. If Gen Z cringes at Gen Alpha, imagine how Gen Y felt at us. It's no mistake that the new tech of the 2020s have been infatuating our fellow Gen Alpha, like Teslas, VRs, and don't even get me started on AI. But weirdly enough, another thing that has been infatuating Gen Alpha is old technology. One of the prime examples are vinyl records. Despite its conception in 1930, it has managed to stand the test of time. If anything, vinyl sells far more than CDs in 2024, thanks to Gen Alpha's increasing interest in them, and not to mention... Okay, from here on out I have to be very careful where I tread now. Listen, as much as Taylor Swift's popularity is, and how much respect she deserves, it seems like she has a non-existent boner for selling variants of vinyl records for her albums. Her latest album, 1989 Taylor's version, there's over 14 variants. Holy shit! But why do I bring her up? Well, according to music checking reports, a lot of vinyl sales come from specifically Taylor due to her many variants. Don't you love Taylor Swift? They're not supposed to know. He's planning on buying the Target Tangerine edition of 1989! One of the biggest trends that Gen Alpha has started is something that I actually detest. VHS. I grew up with VHS, and they've always carried such a charming aesthetic that new technology could never replicate. Perhaps it's a deterioration that scratched my autism in the right spot, maybe the mono sound, or maybe nostalgia has me thinking this way. Whatever the case may be, it seems that Gen Alpha has caught on to that realization that the VHS hits different, so they decided to create a VHS-oriented series that completely fucks them up. Analog horror. If it exists, there's a horror version of it. All of these analog horror videos tend to be the same damn thing. Creepy lighting, bad deterioration,
a robot voice, and the lack of music. Don't forget the silence. Is it creepy yet? No? That's because...
It's been over you! At first, when the trend started popping off, I thought it was a great and unique concept. But when FNAF analog horror came around, it completely ruined everything. Now whenever a new analog horror video comes around, I can't help but scoff at it again. If anything, they don't even scare me anymore, and it was almost always predictable. The last good analog horror in my opinion was also the very best of them, the Mandela catalog. You're making this sound like a rant now. Well, I'm fucking sorry, but I can't help it. You're a disappointment. The last thing I need to point out is old consoles. Gen Alpha has been so interested in old gaming consoles, and rightfully so. They're 10 times better than the new consoles that demand online accessibility. I've always preferred old consoles because of how genuinely fun and tactile they feel. I know it's an overused line, but
they don't make them like they used to.
But of course, buying old consoles is equivalent to buying a lease. So instead of paying these consoles, why not wear these old consoles? Console shirts. They're the most popular way of telling strangers on the streets, "Hey guys, I do love the NES," or whatever it's called. I mean, it's fine, but certain clothes are a bit weirder than others. It's a gamble, really. Not to mention, you invite gatekeepers come up to you and be like, "Oh, so you like the Sega Dreamcast, huh? What are the technical specifications of the console? And what was the exact time in the town of Narzak, Greenland, when the console came out in North America? Huh? I can't hear you!" There's a lot of merch of old technology people can buy, like keychains, pins, stickers, maybe even replicas, because Lord knows manufacturing companies can't make things like VHAs anymore. Corporations have caught on to Gen Alpha's love for retro culture. Pepsi, for example, changed their logo and is very reminiscent of the 1971 to 1987 logo. Burger King's new logo is identical to the 1969 to 1994 logo, and Pizza Hut just should have reverted to the 1974 to 1999 logo. And don't even get me started on the music department. 1980s new wave was probably bigger than ever. As much as I hate to admit it, Gen Alpha has some power. They managed to take us back, or at least bring the vibrations of the old days back to life. I give them mad props for that. Seems like you have a soft spot for Gen. Don't you even dare! I stand corrected. And so with that, thank you all so much for watching. Comment and subscribe, but until then, that's all you get. See ya.